I'm just how y'all doing?
Good.
It's like a great blessing to be here today. I'm like speeding on the highway like 100 miles an hour, trying my best to be here to fulfill my obligation to our coach. You know, to share with everyone the power in this which she's providing for everyone here. It's about we taking what we learn and apply it. And as I was driving, my wife asked me the question like, what are you going to say? And I'm like, I'm thinking. You know? I'm like, just leave me alone. So almost like 45 minutes, we just driving here, and I'm just like in my zone. And I just, when I walked in the room, I knew what the message was. And the message I'd like to just share with everyone today or this morning is to believe in your purpose and stay in your lane. Right? And as I was driving, you know, it's a great analogy. When you're driving, you got all these different cars. You have one destination that you're trying to get to. Like, so me leaving from Columbia, I know where I wanted to go, right? But I knew that there were other cars going to be impeding my speed or where I was trying to go. But it's always knowing my lane, knowing in spite of the cars that was in my lane, I knew where I had to get to at what time. And I stayed focused on that, right? So as I was driving, I just thought about that, your vision, your purpose, you have to, whatever that purpose is, you have to stay in your lane with that and harness that, work that gift. Many people, they see other people driving a certain car, a certain speed. Oh, you ain't passing, I want to speed up a little faster. But when we find ourselves chasing other people's visions or what we see that they have, we sometimes lose ours. Right? So it's very important that whatever you got, whatever your niche is, you have to like work that niche. Work it and really develop that. And don't get distracted when you see others maybe doing something else and they showing up and they get all of the recognition and all of this. Don't. Your time will come. And I truly believe that there's a season for every one of us. And when that season comes, no one can stop that shine. But we have to make sure that we're staying in our lane with our purpose, and most importantly, making sure our heart's in it, right? And you see people that these individuals, they have short lives of success and fame and recognition. But like the coach just mentioned, she says her character was the thing that got her in the doors many times, and it was the heart. A lot of people are doing what we're talking about doing, coaching and being present, but the heart's not in it. If your heart's not in it, then no matter what you say to people, how much you have, and all of the likes on Facebook or Instagram or whatever that may be, but if the heart's not in it, you should be short-lived. It'll be like a star and then it crashes or burn out, right? So as I said, stay in your lane with your vision and your purpose. Stay in that lane and have your heart in it. And no matter what you encounter in this process, stay focused. The last thing about this vision, I always tell people, the valley, right? The valley is where you are in the absence of your peers. You're in your room, you're in the library, wherever you're at, you're working. And you're allowing yourself to be broken and rebuilt again, right? Many of us, we have to be at that point in our lives in order for us to give. We have to be in position to allow God to break us and reshape us. You understand? We have to allow ourselves to be at that vulnerable point where we are willing to allow God to break us. But that vision is still clear. But the route in which God may get you there may not be with the one you choose, but He will get you there, right? So in that valley, keep moving, allow God to keep shaping you, molding you, guiding you, doing all the things that you need, even if your heart's not right. At this point, as you begin this journey, know and understand that when you pray and you ask God to cleanse this heart, He will cleanse it. And when He cleanses it, that means that you may find yourself in a situation where you're broken. You're in a corner somewhere crying and wondering why. Because you asked for it, you spoke it, and God gave it to you. Now you have to accept it, right? And this is where, again, the victory comes. The victory comes when you show up and you have done all you can and you show up and people wondering why, like, man, this person is still around. Like our coach, Toyana. I met her a year ago, right? I met her a year ago at an event. And she has grown from December last year, right? When I met her at an event, I've watched her just keep climbing every day. Every day, the 100 folds, right? The 100 folds is all about what she's doing here, right? It's about pouring into other people in spite of how many people show up or who's in the room. It's that the 100 folds still continue to be because what? She's focused on her vision, right? Focus on that vision, staying in her lane. No matter who all's on Facebook, whatever, she's still in her lane, still doing her thing, still promoting, still sitting out, still doing whatever. And even in that valley, we may not see the brokenness and the struggle. She's told y'all, I'm sure she has told you her struggle, right? But all that was about breaking her down and reshaping her and preparing her for what? Her destiny, her mission, right? So now the victory, in closing, the victory that we have is myself, Yolanda, we are all coaches now, right? We celebrate, we're still in our own lane, but it's all as a result of her pouring into us as she's now poured into the second group, right? So now it's up to you guys to take what you have learned today, right? And apply it. But know that your victory will come, your victory will come, your victory will come. Just got to remain patient, stay close, stay cleansing your heart, your intentions, be intentional about what you're doing, and guide, and do what you do. All right? So that's just my word of advice to just tell you guys to stay motivated in what you're doing. Bless you guys.